Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Medical Cannabis with Mark. Now, on today's episode, you can see I'm getting more sun, so I look like a frickin' badger. I don't know if you can see this right here, but it looks like I look like a pelican and a badger at the same time, which is pretty sweet. And I have a good haircut, so you've got lots of entertainment. Um, so anyway, um, here I have some cannabis oil. Now I don't know if you've seen my other episodes, but this is 30 milliliters. And so basically, this is 30 milliliters of infused oil, where you take cannabis, you basically put the oil up to the point where the cannabis is just swimming in the oil. You stir it around, and then you let it infuse for 50 minutes on 250 as an example. That's my favorite, actually, is just to do a simple infusion, a kind of like I just run the oil one time in a jar for 50 minutes with the double refresh method does indeed make it more potent, but like, really it's like I like to be able to preserve the sort of like the terpene effect. I like to have everything together at once and extract it. Like, I don't know, I just like the feeling better. There's something, I prefer the feeling of unless I have some cheap weed, then the double extract method is better. But if I have if I like the weed, I prefer just the regular 50-minute extraction infusion. So anyway, this is one of those. The problem with the 50-minute extraction infusion, despite the fact that it's like, it's not as strong, it's a little less strong. You also wind up with half the oil. So I guess the benefit of the double refresh method is you're almost like doubling the amount of oil and you're increasing the potency at the same time, which is kind of weird to think about. But it's like you're getting two batches of oil from the same weed and you're combining the two at the end. But obviously, if you were to separate the two batches and you were to say, hey, which one do you like better, this one or this one? It would be the first extract, because that's like where you're getting all the fresh weed pressed at once, So it's a little bit gritty, this double refresh method. And so anyway, guys, this is the topic here. It's still a very good value. Let me explain. This is a very potent extract of cannabis, and cannabis is the number one medicinal plant in nature for mammals. This plant has deliberately created its whole physiology for satisfying the mammalian endocannabinoid system. The mammalian endocannabinoid system is a system we discovered 20 years ago that regulates all of our organs, the balance between all of our systems. And so the correlation with herds of wild animals grazing on the cannabis, like horses and cows, being disease free is highly suggestive of the fact that you have this, evolved medicinal plant that's on the team mammal. And so what we're doing here, guys, is we're trying to make you healthy using this plant that has evolved to make you healthy in the easiest consumable extract that I've found that I seem to enjoy and works for me. So, what I have here is some cranberry juice, and we have some grape juice. And so I guess we're talking about digestive health. So I have kind of like tummy cramps. I just started a new job. I'm doing all this lifting all of a sudden. And now when I go to rest, it's just like, oh. And it's just like I feel pressure in my tummy. And it's just like, okay. And so now I'm upping my protein intake. And I'm going to be getting antioxidants here. But I'm also making sure that my tummy health is healthy with the use of cannabinoids. So this is really going to support your gut health. And as a consequence, I would say, you're going to be able to overcome the downsides of starting to exercise from like, um, a low level sort of. So it's like your recovery time. It assists in your recovery. Cannabis. It'll make sure that you're not going to get some kind of weird dystrophy or something like that. You're going to be healthy. You're going to be the healthiest version of yourself that you can possibly be. This is what cannabis aims to do. It aims to bring your entire what your endocannabinoid system aims to do is to bring you into a state of homeostasis. And cannabis is simply a fuel for that process. And so, what we're going to do now is add some grape juice. Very delicious on its own. And we're going to say add half of this. Okay, maybe that was only a third, maybe. You see, I still have some left here. There you go. So it wasn't full to begin with, but yeah, you get the idea here. So I have grape juice, and I've added my cannabis extract oil just to the top of it. And now you have all these antioxidants in your grapes and your cranberries, and you've added a layer of cannabis on top of that. So as this health bomb is going into your gut, it's going to support your gut health. It's gonna wrap around your gut, so your gut is gonna unwind. The pressure is gonna unwind. You're gonna be able to digest all this stuff that's associated with like recovery from a lot of physical activity all of a sudden. And but generally speaking, a lot of things with your health begin with the gut. If your gut isn't healthy, you're not going to be able to be healthy in other things. And your gut is like your second brain. And so here we go.